Hey, it's a sad day because the Turk is on the run. The Turk is bothering people, ruining lives, and here we are on a Monday. It's got to be a rough practice for the Ravens. Let's get into it. Let's go. Welcome to the Cash Rider Report.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White rap for the beat, though.
Hey, welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. This is your host, Jermaine Lockett, your Couch Rider Raven, saying, hey, appreciate y'all coming through. And tonight, I made a mistake because I did not send my co-host the link. I'm messing up tonight. For those of you, if it's your first time here, this is not how it usually goes down. Yes, my co-host is usually late, but he's awesome either way. So I need to make sure he gets that link. So if you can give me just a second, and while I'm waiting, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. And we appreciate each of you that have come through every time, all the time. If you on Facebook, please come on through, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and smack the bell. If you on Twitter, why don't you go ahead and do the same? We appreciate you. I think we have other platforms out there as well. But you happen to see this, just go ahead and come through. It's a good time. We just chop it up. We have a good time just talking Ravens. And I just like to thank all the subscribers. I'm not gonna get into the number because every time I mention the number, it's like bad luck. For some reason, it just goes down. I don't know. Anyway, we want to keep this thing going up. So if you could be a part of that crew, once we get to 1,200, we'll have some type of raffle or something. But hey, let's get there. Just takes a couple more to get there. Anyway, so let's jump into it. First things first is the motivational moment. Today's motivational moment. I was kind of touched when I thought about this here. And you just got to remember every day, some ordinary person does something extraordinary. Today, it's your turn. It's your turn. The reason I share this with you is because I sat down with a coworker a couple weeks ago. It was a few of us. We sat down in a room and we talked about some goals. We talked about visions and dreams and short-term goals and long-term goals. And we kind of motivated each other. We tried to set some goals there for ourselves. And he had some long-term goals of being a chef. And I guess he asked himself, why not today? Why not today? And why not right now? Is what Kam Ru saying. Like, why did you send me the link until just now? Anyway, Kam Ru will be here in just a second. But going into this motivational moment, like I said, this guy, he asked himself, why not right now? And he went and he got a job as a chef. He's still working with me, but he got a job as a chef, and he's excellent, an excellent cook. So much so that pretty much the part-time job, the manager is trying to steal my man away from us in the military to be a full-time chef. So kudos to him. Kudos to him following his dream, him taking a chance. And I encourage y'all, put yourself out there. Just like these guys on the rosters, they put themselves out there. They didn't know if they had a chance. You know, 90 some players come to camp and only 53 make it. There's so many dreams that get shot down, but they took a chance and they made something of themselves because another squad is looking right now, going to pick up some of these guys, and they may not make it to our practice squad. But they took a chance and they followed a dream, and I encourage you all to take that chance to do the same. If you see something that is just out of your reach and you don't think you're good enough for it, you're wrong. You are good enough. Take that shot. This is your motivational moment. Let's see who we got in the room today. All right, Lisa is first, and she's always about that business. She says, "Hey, Jermaine, Kam Ru, I hope Charlie Kolar and Project Pat stick around. We need them. I don't think we got to worry about them. I think they're perfectly safe. They're gonna be just fine, 100% just fine. So let's see who else we got here. Well, Kam Ru's here. Welcome, buddy.
This joker forgot to send me the link.
Hey, you actually showed up like a lot faster
Huh?
tonight when I just barely showed you the link.
I was like, yo, I was sitting there, I was like, there's no link. Where's the link? Yeah, I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking. Engrave. I just got home from work, brother. Gotta cook. Somebody gotta do it. You know,
Yes,
your
sir.
wife cooking for you. I ain't that lucky yet.
Lisa says, make sure you hit the like button, of course. We definitely hope y'all do that. Nathan is already on my boy. I mean, I just knew y'all can't keep my boy's name out your mouth.
Hold up. Before since we already there, hold on.
We'll get there.
Hold on.
All right.
We gotta go do it right now? Because I got an answer for this right now.
Well, I just want to welcome everybody into the room first.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, Nate, we'll get back to you.
Huh?
I said we'll get back to him. We'll bring it up. Lisa says you've forgiven Jermaine. Don't worry about it. All right. So she was saying don't worry about it, not sending you the link. It's a co-host got to eat.
Yo, we forgot about what's that?
Engraver says, "Oh, Cammy's in the kitchen right now. welcome." Engraver says, "I'm good enough to go to KFC."
Yeah, you gotta go to KFC. You know the white
All that dream. I know it's just out of your reach, but you got to do. If you go to the KFC, you got to know. You got to go to one in Jersey. I don't know if it might be a trip from Florida. But y'all gonna make me make this trip. I'm gonna mess around, go up there, go visit grandma. But I'm gonna mess around, go up there to KFC.
You're gonna be satisfied. You would not be unsatisfied.
Yep.
I'm sure that.
Lisa says you only live once, just go for it.
Go ahead.
She's not talking about the KFC, she's talking about just dreams. Brooke is in the building. Oh, here she goes. Look, they ready. They ready.
This is my snack before dinner, by the way, because I'm hungry.
Gerald is here. And hey, Ingraven is saying, hey, he appreciates all these streams, man. Thanks for doing them. You know, it means a lot, man. You know, you got a huge following. And I would love to kind of catch fire like you did. I mean, to be honest, you definitely took off, and I mean, you stayed consistent, and you know, you still are consistent. You are the best Ravens YouTuber out there. So, well, we appreciate you coming through, just hanging out and having dinner with Kam. You know,
having dinner with Kam.
All right, so let's get to it. Since everybody wants to talk it up, I mean, I guess we'll start off with, since his name has been mentioned twice. You mentioned it 5 more times. He might make the team.
Doing like
to the practice squad, huh?
This is my. I think Prochet makes the team. This is why I'm saying this.
I told Brooke, I was like, look, you're making him a laugh in the face.
The reason I'm saying this is because if we run the majority of the time, we run 11 personnel, which is 3 receivers, right? You actually have 3 receivers that are coming off of injuries from last year. Or
Did you freeze?
I froze. Within the last year and a half. We're talking about Bateman, Duvernay,
yep,
and OBJ.
Yep.
If we go into the season with six receivers on the roster, and God forbid one of them go down, we're gonna be sick. So your best bet, if we're gonna keep it at 11 personnel, majority of the time, we're gonna have to carry 3. I mean, we're gonna have to carry 7, excuse me, because you need to have one in the pocket. If you don't have one in the pocket, you won't be practice squatting all day. So we most likely, I think he's gonna make it now. Because of that reason. That's just how I'm thinking about it, because we got so many. Knock on wood, and I hope it stay that way. We haven't had any major injuries as of yet, and I pray it stays that way. But the fact that you still have 3 receivers that you really need coming off of injuries. Bateman just recently coming off, right? So the past 2 years he's been injured.
Yep.
Odell with the ACL, he's had time to heal up. But
Yeah, I think I think the same thing we're gonna mention as far as why these guys making it to the practice squad is the exact same reason we think that Prochet could make the team. It's continuity. It's that continuity. You want to bring in a guy who's not familiar with the system. I don't know. They're not familiar with the players, the chemistry with the quarterback. You want to bring a guy just off the streets? Not sure. But Prochet is familiar with that. Y'all seen what he's capable of doing. I know he gets dogged out the entire, every time he makes a bad play, but when he makes a pretty phenomenal catch, a 22-yard gain in a game, I'm pretty sure y'all went quiet. But I mean, if we're talking about comparisons, though, Wallace has definitely had the better offseason. He's had the better offseason. Had a better training camp, and he's had the better preseason with the 2 touchdowns and the nice third performance that he followed up with. So I say good props to Wallace. I think he, you earn what you do, and I think he earned his spot. But yeah, I'm hoping for something crazy, but I'm thankful that we're talking about fighting over who's going to be 6 and 7 versus who's going to be 1 and 2. At least that's a lot. Anyway, so as we look at Cam right now, we got the segment Dinner with Cam. What's for dinner?
Right now, I like to have cereal.
It's just,
That's me.
there's going to be some phenomenal soup.
No, I just no. It's not dinner. I gotta eat, bro, because I work out crazy, so I gotta eat. So I like to have cereal actually before. Y'all never seen me have it before dinner, but that's like a tradition since I was in like high school. I would have cereal
before dinner.
I always had, like, even when I was a kid, I would have cereal before dinner. Like it's just a force of habit. But I'm making protein pasta tonight and salad. I didn't have a lot of time to do much. I had yesterday. We had a fantasy football draft, and today I've been.
Oh, let's hear it. What'd you get?
I got Lamar. Who do I have right now? I'm starting. I have Lamar. I have Tariq Hill. The running backs. I have. Oh man, what's my man named Herbert from the running back from Chicago. I got him. At wide receiver, I did pick up OBJ, but I don't have him starting. His projection is pretty low right now. I guess they haven't seen our lineup. I had Deebo Samuel. Also had Tariq Scary Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Him at tight end. I can't pronounce my man's name. I don't want to butcher it. He went to the University of Maryland, the one that Lamar liked so much. He's at Tennessee. He's the Tennessee Titan tight end. I don't want to butcher his name. I got him, and I got Cade from Buffalo. What else did I pick up? I got Kadarius Toney.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I got him.
He slid around late for ours. We had ours yesterday as well.
He because he's injured, and then I got hurt. I got who else I get at running back? I got Deuce Vaughn because I got a feeling something's going to happen. The dynamic story of father and son being at the Cowboys. Some reason something good's going to happen because all training camp they said he's been balling out. Couldn't get Zay because I got Odell. I wasn't going to get like a whole bunch of
I was trying to wait to get Zay, and somebody slid right in front of me, man. Got him.
It was either Zay or Odell. One of the two I was going to try to grab, and I was like, who am I going to grab right now? And I was going to go get Zay, and somebody snatched him, so I got Odell.
Nice. All right, here's mine, man.
Yeah.
So I
got a few. Who else did I got? I got somebody else at running back. I can't think of who I got at running back. Oh man, I can't think of what I got over there. But go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Oh man, so I got a draft grade of D+. I think
I agree.
when it comes to younger players, you got like they don't evaluate the young rookies appropriately.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
go.
get a good draft grade because there's not experience, there's not tape, there's not anything NFL related there except a couple of preseason games. That's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so when I did draft, of course, I went through and it got to me. I had number 6 overall, so it was like Stephon Diggs was number 1. You know, I had to go ahead and Stephon because everybody was like, receivers were going off the board quick. Top wide receivers, Reek was already gone. Jefferson, of course, went over number 1 overall. Jamar Chase was way gone. I was like, man, ain't no way I'll be able to get anything.
But no,
So saw Stephon, huh?
where were you picking that? Because that we wound up this year. You know, we had 12,
Yeah.
and we wound up having 13.
Okay.
I basically was last because I was number 12. So everybody that I wanted to get was like pretty much snatched by the time they got to me. So I was like, it's the luck.
So he felt like you don't named every star player from every team. Oh boy.
I don't even think I got a D. I think I got a D plus too, though. Because I don't know. I got a lot of unknowns other than those players that I named.
Let's see. All right, so I had so of course we just go down the line top to bottom because I don't remember what I picked after round 1. I got Lamar, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I got Stephon Diggs. I got AJ Brown. I got Ken Walker the third from Seattle. And I think this is kind of where they started going down as far as my grade because Ken Walker his second season. He had some flashes last year, but I don't think they recognized how powerful this guy really was.
Mm-hmm.
And then Khalil Herbert, he is the dog over there now in Chicago. So I think like he has a lot of upside. I mean, he had a lot more juke, a lot more shift. There's a reason they got rid of Montgomery is because they knew what they had in Herbert. Then there's of course I got Mandrews. So I was excited to get a top tier tight end. And then, of course, when it comes to the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think that quarterback, like I said before, he makes receivers. Christian Kirk had a phenomenal year last year because he makes receivers. And so I ended up picking up Christian Kirk. And then the draft glitched in I want to say it was like the 5th or 6th round. And I picked up Justin Fields because it glitched. And I was just like, and they were like, yeah, you want to pause this thing and redo it? It's going to take longer to fix the issue. And I was like, screw it, just keep them. I mean, let's just say, knock on wood, hopefully nobody gets hurt or whatever. Or hopefully nobody like stats start going low or whatever. But Justin Fields is a pretty good alternative. He's a poor man's, Lamar. So I think I'd be okay if I see the right opponent against the Chicago Bears versus, the wrong opponent against the Ravens. So, but they both have week 13 as far as their bye weeks. So I had to go pick up another quarterback after that. So I went and got Geno for cheap. I got that running back out of Atlanta, Algier. I don't know if I said his name right.
I know you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, Tyler Algier or something like that. And then so here's where they really graded me wrong was because I picked up Jordan Addison in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I also picked up Quentin Johnson, and
you had a lot of good players that was on the plate. When you had 13 people playing,
mm-hmm.
you got to turn into a real GM because you don't know after your starting players, their whole bench is like okay,
mm-hmm.
you evaluate what's there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep. I got Laporta too. I got Laporta for Detroit.
Nice.
He a pretty solid tight end over there. I got, of course, if I picked up Justin Fields, I was like, I got to pick up a wide receiver for him. I got Darnell Mooney, and Darnell's straight. Darnell's a pretty good target fan, so I think they're gonna have some magic going on right there. Then of course, I went over to Carolina. He just had to be dangling out there. He's a little injured right now, but when he come back, he's gonna be hot. It's DJ Chark. So Carolina, but I think it's going to be a weird wide receiver type of room over there, but I think he'll be able to thrive in that environment because he's not going to have as many reps, and that's going to lower the chances of him getting injured as much.
I think Mingo going to be the number 1 receiver. I got Mingo. I picked him up.
Mingo beast. Oh my gosh. I was trying to get Deebo Samuel. I was like, dang, that's Mingo, baby.
Flowers might be the two. In my I think they might have the 2 best rookie seasons between Mingo and Zay.
Mm-hmm. They just better hold that line up over there. Yeah. So of course I went a little biased with the Ravens, and I got Justin Tucker and the Ravens defense. So week 13, I'm gonna be a little hurting, but we'll figure it out.
You got, I think Chicago got buys on the 13 too.
Yeah, that's why I picked up Laporta as a backup tight end, and I picked up Geno, and I picked up a couple of other guys who didn't have Week 13 buys. I was like, okay, we got to be careful with all this Raven buys, because I had I got Lamar, I got Mandrews, I got Justin Tuck, I got and I got the Raven. Yeah, I went a little Raven centric, man.
You and Lisa on the same boat. Y'all gonna pick the whole Raven team.
I said we homers, man. We straight homers. Now, don't get me wrong. I did my research on those other guys, and I think Ken Walker is going to carry my team. I have a feeling this year is going to be something hot for him.
They got like four. I don't know how they gonna do it because they got like 3 or 4 running backs over there. But
yeah, I think he the one that's going to lead the bunch. And then who is the other guy? I think surprise talent is going to be Laporta. That's why I got the D grade. But as soon as week 1 hit and you start seeing these guys show up,
yeah.
my whole fantasy league right now, they're thinking, oh well, he gonna fail. Well, I'm a 2-time champion in the league, probably one of the only 2-time champions in the league. It's been running since 2010, and I think the year that I did win the championship, I got a D grade. One of the years anyway, I got a D grade. So anyway, let's see. Let's go back up, pay some bills right quick. Brooke says Wallace has been balling. Yes, but yes, Brooke. Anybody with pro share, you'll get props. It's fine. It's cool. She got a little mad because what was it? Brashard Perriman got cut from the Colts today, and all I did was put like a little eyeball, and a couple of Ravens came on there. I think E. Raven said something. I made her put some eyeballs, and she gonna sit here and put a gif up there just mad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
go back home.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, we can get like how many first round picks we had? We'd have 6 first round picks. That'd be pretty beast. And then let's see. Let's go. And Graven says, I'm gonna get with y'all. Have y'all on soon, man. Yeah, he said you gotta have us on soon. Okay, just gotta figure out Cam's dinner schedule and we should be good. Yes, we want you on the show, man. And we want to be on your show as well.
Oh, really?
Let us know we can sync up schedules and we can make this thing happen. I have a little bit more availability because the master's degree is done, but I just have to kind of give the franchise a heads up to let her know, like, hey, this is what we got a schedule. So
hold on.
Huh?
And Greg, do you call your wife the franchise as well? Is that a married thing? Franchise.
You gotta recognize. Look, man, without the franchise, all the key players, all the key players go. I lose Cameron. I lose Lila. I lose my defense. I leave special team. Everything gone.
I just want to know if Greg say the same thing. The franchise is upstairs, but I'm working. I don't know. I just want to know. I just want to know how. I don't know if this is a married thing or not. Because you picking all the teams. Lisa says she going with everybody too.
You know what I mean? She the whole team, man. She got the whole squad with her. Anyway, let's go back over here. Yeah, he said you got everybody. Delicious is here. What's happening, man? Good to see you. What Lisa say?
Right back.
Lisa says, would you guys put Zay Flowers on your fantasy football team? Absolutely. I was trying to. I just had a feeling he might have been gone before I got to him. And that's exactly what happened. Sometimes you want that one person and you're waiting for that to come to you. And sure enough, boom, it's gone. And you just kind of yelling or saying obscenities at your friend who's in your league because they took your guy. And let's see. Engraver says Justin Fields about to go off, but yeah, I'm thinking he is going to be doing a great deal of running, even more running than Lamar. I mean, we saw him last year just take off, go crazy. So there will be every week decision. I'll have to really evaluate the opponent and what they can do against the read option and quarterback runs. If they actually play a contain or maybe zero blitz and stuff like that, maybe I don't put I don't put that particular quarterback on the field that day. If they actually just play a lot of man coverage and, if they don't blitz as much, but they're still trying to play man to man, I'm probably going to play that quarterback like crazy.
I think Phil's going to be throwing the ball a lot more this year. I don't think he's going to have to run as much. They're trying to go. Yeah. They're trying to definitely throw it up and have that like he back at Ohio State. They setting it up for him. I mean, he got 3 dominant receivers now. Mooney gonna play the slot.
Mhm.
You got DJ Moore. You got Claypool, and then I think they drafted somebody, and then on top of that, they tried to build that offensive lineup.
Yeah, and I think Claypool's gonna have like a resurgence because when there are players to take pressure off of him,
Yeah,
he does well.
he's number one. He's definitely not number one.
Yeah. What's Lisa say? She said, "Engraven Justin Tucker would absolutely be on my team." Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I never can pick Tucker. I normally get the defense, but
It'd be like I'd be sitting there thinking, all right, I'm probably about to lose this game, and all of a sudden Justin Tucker put up about 15 points. I'm like, well, all right, let's go, Tuck.
Man, my boy, he purposely did it. He was like, yo, he picked the right phrase. Like, I'm picking the Ravens defense. And looked at me. I was like, wow, you gonna do it like that? Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, they be strategizing because they see me coming. They see the pick. They like, all right, what's Jermaine gonna pick? And then all of a sudden they think, okay, yeah, he might. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to snatch that from him. And so they deliberately game plan based on what I'm gonna do. I don't game plan what they gonna do because I know what I'm gonna do. You know, and they sit here worry about what I'm gonna do the whole time, try to snatch something, just tick me out. I'm like, okay. But it's like I like serviceable. I don't like flashy most of the time. I like serviceable players who stay healthy. If I can get those, I am extremely happy with it. It's been many years where I passed over Christian McCaffrey. It's been many years I passed over Debo. Many years I passed over AP. I mean, because of the fact I wanted guys who wasn't going to get that surprise injury after week 4 or something. And so I would go pick the quiet, consistent, hardworking guys who are like that and go win championships. Let's see. Something about the wives or what's she saying? There are wives out there saying, "Oh Lord, football again." My wife is one of them wives that says, "Oh yes, football again." So the reason we got married was because she said she liked football. So I mean, there it is.
No, she's saying, "Oh Lord," like Lord.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a problem. You saying, "Oh yes," in a good way. She said, "Oh Lord," the bad way. Like, Lord.
So if you look a little bit further up here, there's that sign right there. You see that? What did it say, Cam?
I can't see that. I see a sign. I just can't see it. I don't.
Yeah, that's faith, family, and football.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our sign right there. It's this, and it's the truth. I mean, we recognize our faith in our lives, and we know that as the lead. And then family is extremely important to us. And then of course after that, football. But it might end up being like faith, family, football, and then Dungeons and Dragons. But that's another story. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I'm kind of hooked on that. Anywho, Burke, I don't know what you're laughing about, but
I can't see the daggone sign.
Oh yeah. All right, so where are we at?
The practice squad and crochet.
Cool. Practice squad. The reason I'm probably gonna hurry along was because little short tail. This weekend was rough, man. This weekend was rough. So of course Saturday night, preseason game. I was excited. Got to come home and watch it. Didn't get to watch it live, but watched it a little bit later. Sitting in the bed, 2:30 in the morning comes around. Dogs went outside. Dogs go crazy excited to get outside. I go back in the bed, hear the wife yelling. The dogs got skunked, man. They got skunked. All 3 of them. One of them caught a shot right in the mouth of skunk juice. And what she do? She walked all through the house and dripped skunk juice everywhere in the house. I'm glad y'all don't have 4D right now because this would be a really rough show. It is the whole house at the time was skunk filled. So bad, my wife didn't even want to go to church because her best friend told her, "Nah, best friend, you smell pretty bad." So we've been airing the whole house out, and so of course we wanted to stop the AC because the skunk smell would have went all the way through the AC vents. So we ain't got no AC in here. So we're gonna try to keep this show a little short. We're gonna do what we can, have fun still. But if I start sweating up in this joint and y'all see this glistening going on up in here, it's a little bit too much. We're gonna end this joint if I have a heat stroke in this joint. I should have did the show outside tonight. Probably could have put the green screen up, put the show out, but yeah. Anywho, yeah, so that would happen. We clean the dogs all off, and yeah, now we're just trying to get the house. They said it's like 21 days that this is supposed to last through. So not cool. Not cool at all. Anyway, let's move forward into the practice squad. All right. So let's just say that Prochet receives the bad news tomorrow.
Mm.
I think this guy has such a commitment to the Ravens that unless there was some, I don't know, just a couple extra chips laying on the line or whatever, I think he would he'd be like, I'll go for the practice squad. I think he would go over to the practice squad. I'm not sure if anybody's been looking at James Prochet with that type of interest, other than the Dallas Cowboys, because they love their OU and Texas type products. So I think the Prochet would actually slide over there if he did not make the team. What do you think?
I don't know. It's a business, man. If I'm him and I go in the practice squad, if Dallas called me, I'm out.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm like, yeah, I think Dallas would call. And,
I don't know if he would want to. I don't know. It's just to me, like I said, it's a rough year. I would hate to be Coach Harbaugh in that situation, and you telling a good player, like I mean, he not a great player. He's shown flashes that he could be really good,
mm-hmm.
and then he's shown how bad things could be.
Yeah.
But I would hate to be Coach Harbaugh because they got to make a decision because you got you got jokers that you brought in that you paid.
Mm-hmm.
They may not even make the team. Like, and I'm referring to like Melvin Gordon or Laquan Treadwell. Like,
Yeah, that's another one. I'm just like, man, this is a guy who
you
really made that preseason catch.
Yeah.
He made last weekend he made that catch, made it look like, hey, I've been here before, I've done this, I'm ready.
Yeah, but what is he like? I don't know what he's done. Like we're not at practice, so I don't know what else he's done to prove like he's made some moves. Like only one that's been like consistent all through is Tyler. Tyler's the only one as far as the receivers are concerned. He's the only one. They put him in the slot, he's doing damage. They put him on the outside, he's doing damage.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like I guess
actually they're pretty good in special teams too.
Well, he's always been good in special teams.
I mean, like returning. Did we see him return much? We saw him return the other day.
He returned a little bit, but that's not really his thing. He did it a little bit in college. He didn't do it much. That really wasn't like his move. But I think the only reason they had him back there for punt return and kick returns is because Kenton Mitchell didn't play in the Tampa Bay game. So they probably did that on purpose because they didn't want to. If you're doing that with Mitchell, that means one or two things. Somehow, some way, he's gonna be on the team. Whether he's shipped to IR and just held there for a year, or he's somewhere where you think, well, can he up the team this year? So let's sign him and then put him on the pup list or put him on something.
Wait, who are we talking
about? Keaton Mitchell.
Oh, we already Mitchell. Okay, cool. Mitchell, in my opinion, Mitchell made team.
He was doing punt return and kick return.
Yeah, I'm like, he on the squad, man, because I mean he's shown both abilities.
Then some got to give. I don't. They some people. I mean, Coach Harbaugh saying Salah is going to be. He need to get ready so he can play this year. Whether it's going to be as a back. I don't trust him as the backup. I don't trust him. I got love for the dude. I just don't trust him at guard right now. All that talk early in the season before the pads went on was one thing. The pads on and the preseason games happened. I text you. I said, yo, he needs to go to the practice squad and get developed. I don't think anybody's looking for him. It's different, man. It seemed like he was moving at a slower speed, and then when he was getting pushed into the lap. Like that Tampa Bay game, they were pushing him straight back to Anthony Brown every time.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that was giving up all the sacks, and then I hear people saying, "Well, if you keep it solid, do you really need Ben Cleveland?" And I'm like, well, who's a better backup? Who's back? If he's
honestly, I think Ben Cleveland's a better backup. But like, if you talking about depth behind Riley, it's got to be Ben Cleveland.
He showed up the whole preseason. Trent Was it John Simpson had the highest PFF grade all preseason of any lineman on any team. Okay, that's one. But as far as for us, our team, other than John Simpson,
Mm.
the only one that's been consistent is Ben Cleveland. He doesn't matter if you put him at right guard or right tackle. Only reason I feel like that's probably part of the reason why they haven't re-signed Kevin Zeitler, or maybe it's after this year they move him out to right tackle because what's my man name? Moses is going to be a free agent.
Yeah, most gonna command a good deal of money, and I think if they can show that they got one guy developed at tackle to give them a reason not to sign Moses, they'll go ahead and do that, and then they'll go into the draft.
Yeah, so I wouldn't let him go. I mean, honestly, I like McCarthy. I like yeah, I like McCarthy, but I think I would try to trade him and get some value.
Mm-hmm. I mean, then there's also David Sharp. There's been a lot of talk last off season about this guy. This off season, quiet. But if he can show that he can match that intensity of Moses, then they got a reason.
But he didn't do good.
Yeah,
Sharp good. He didn't do good. Like if you look at the games, the only lineman that stuck out to me, honestly, that did well, other than John Simpson, was Ben Cleveland. And everybody, before preseason started, everybody was trashing Cleveland, but he's only had one bad play.
Who was number 69 Saturday?
I don't know. Who was he playing?
I can't remember. It seemed like he had a pretty good night because he was over here trucking people. He was doing a little dirty stuff after the play though too. I saw him actually shove somebody down way after the running back had passed him.
Yeah, I think he's the center. I think he's the center because it wasn't number 63. I forgot his name. He was the left tackle. He was getting roasted.
Yeah, 63 was getting towed. That's Tykeem Doss. He was getting 8 all the way up. Jalen Thomas was having a time out there.
Yeah, I think he's a practice squad player. Like I don't
think Tykeem they just gonna let it hit the streets. I don't know what that he looks. It looked
terrible. Or I don't think they're better. I think Falele is better than Salah, but I don't think Salah is ready to play left. I don't trust him as my backup left guard, especially after somebody that's a backup put a move on you like that. Like he put a move on him, like, and then
the pocket just completely collapsed. You could see that when it came
too many times. So I don't trust him right now. Like I think he has it, but I think he needs to be developed more. Or maybe he should be instead of being in there with the big boys at guard. I know he's a big dude, but maybe he should be at right tackle, or because that's what he played. But I mean, if we're gonna keep Makari, I can understand we keeping him, but I don't think that the center that they brought in for Chicago, Coach Hart's talking about they want to keep him.
Don't Mustafa?
Yeah, he's saying that he did a good job. I guess he did. I didn't see it. I don't know.
I thought I had him going more practice squad. He's on my practice squad list actually. But I got the next guy, I guess, was Dante Demas. So I thought he, that catch, the big time catch he made, I feel like there's more. It's like a to be continued.
Yeah.
Like, want to see more. He's got to give us more, but the Ravens want to keep this guy, so they're gonna try to slide him over to that practice squad and then develop him as they go.
Hopefully, he stayed there with that speed. Hold on, I gotta check on the speed.
All right, so of course the person after that, and I'm pretty sure we want to give a good talk about this one, Josh Johnson. So Josh on the practice squad. I mean, sliding him over. This dude, there's a reason he was sitting out there in waivers. He's sitting out there in free agency. I mean, he's okay. He's a bridge type of Band-Aid quarterback, whatever, to get her done when needs. He has a quick release. He's more of a passer than he is mobile, but he has some ability as a mobile quarterback, but he's up there and he's long in the tooth. And I think the Ravens would appreciate having a guy like this should anything happen to the top two guys. I'm just be honest with you. It's going to be Huntley. It's not going to be Brown. It's going to be Huntley as number two. I don't even know if this was really a competition because Huntley was not allowed to compete because he was injured. But I think Huntley is that guy. It's going to be the number two on week one. See what y'all got to say about this here. I think we was talking linemen. Y'all, okay, Brooks says, I hope Demus gets signed back to the practice squad. I am fully agreeing. It's on my list as one of the number two guys to get on the practice squad. Of course, I would love if Treadwell got on the practice squad, but I don't think that he's going to make it to the practice squad. He has developed in a way that people are catching. They're starting to catch up, and they're starting to look. And it's not just because of what he did this summer. It is because of what he did last year with Palmer in Jacksonville. So I think when it comes to, I feel like not Palmer. But I feel like what they did in Jacksonville is pretty excellent. I think you put on that type of performance, and then you're managed to get picked up by Baltimore. I think that somebody's going to pick this guy up, and he's going to actually flourish. Before, I was not a big fan of Treadwell, but I think he's going to do something with a different team. If he doesn't, I'd love to see him come on to the practice squad. That would be a great guy to have if there happens to be injuries. Hopefully, knock on wood, it does not happen. All right. Lisa's talking about her dog. She said her dog Angel is wearing her purple harness. She's a Ravens girl. Yeah. Raven, my dog, or my black pit bull, she's the one who dragged all the skunk juice to the house. Yeah, I'm not happy with her right now. Anybody want a pit bull? She's loving, but that was annoying. And Brooks said, Prochet, he should make the team. That's what I can only put what it actually says there. I mean, it looks legit to me. She is a big fan of Prochet, we all know, and she is hoping he makes the team. Yep, that's what it says. Anywho, let's see here. Brooks says, people wanting Josh to take Huntley's job is wild. And yes, I've seen it more than once. And then Brooks said that's not what she said about people wanting Josh to take Huntley's job, and it's wild. I see it more than once. There's no way that reference was anything related to James Prochet. So we'll keep moving and we'll ignore that because we know how she feels about James and Crabtree and Brashard Perriman. She loves all three of those guys equally, and it's just such a great feeling to know how Brooke feels about these guys. Anyway, moving forward. The next guy I'm hoping that makes it through the waivers to the practice squad, but I doubt it because he plays like Gronkowski. And when you saw it was just tough after the catch type play, and he was just too big to take down, and he was using his body to make those 2 touchdowns in one game. Look, Travis Vokalek, he's a Nebraska guy. I'm in Nebraska right now, so I hear people talking about this guy all the time. I also heard people like dissing Trey Palmer, but Trey is actually having a pretty good season over there for the Buccaneers, or at least preseason and offseason. And he's starting to be one of the flashes as far as one of the rookie wide receivers is getting some attention. So, when it comes to these Nebraska players, you can't count them out. Vokalek is one of those guys that is not going to make our team because we already have 3 stellar tight ends right now. But I hope they push him over to the practice squad just in case something happens to one of our tight ends, and he'll be ready to rock. Next, Brooks saying that's not what she said, and she's dying here. Yes, Travis Vokalek. Dude, telling you, that dude plays like Gronk. If this was I'm gonna say his name. If this was a Greg Roman type offense right now, and they had Vokalek and and Kolar and Likely and Mandrews, I don't know, it would be something to see right there because Vokalek he's another guy. He's a dog. Can't wait to see what he does if he gets his opportunity. Even if he don't get his opportunity in Baltimore, I'm still going to be following this guy just to root for him and hope he has success because he definitely brings it. He turns it up. Brooke says she likes him. She's talking about Prochet. And then, she said somebody still screwed up. All right, so next guy, David Sharp. Like I was saying, because of the continuity, he knows this team. He is very familiar with how he needs to play right tackle when it comes to these guys. Like I said a couple years ago, or excuse me, last year when he was with the Raiders. There's a reason they made a trade to send one of their left or their right tackles up to the Patriots because they had such belief in David Sharp. I think his Green Bay game, his Green Bay tape with Baltimore, showed he has some physical prowess, and I think he's got an opportunity here to show up big. So if Moses were to go down for some reason, I think this is where you pull up David Sharp off the practice squad, and he's able to show up for these guys. And then Moses may not be here next year, depending on the money. Got to get the money right. Next is Jalen Thomas, offensive lineman. Just more of a depth type of deal. And I mean, you can never, like Harbaugh says, you can never have enough corners. I believe you can never have enough offensive linemen. And yes, you got to have quality there, but at the same time, you just need those reps. Reps is what matters. You can sit there and teach those repetitions until they become that physical body memory. When you got it down mentally and physically, muscle memory is what I'm trying to say. When you got muscle memory and you got players who are good with the system, you keep these guys around. Sam Mustipher, same thing. When it comes to needing a center, I don't want to see Makari on the center. To be honest, I think Makari is good at all the other positions, but he is not good, as good as he is as center. I think Sam Mustipher can be one of those guys that we bring up from the practice squad, and he would be an instant plug and play, and it would be a seamless transition. Wouldn't be as noticeable of the mistakes of the pocket being broken down. Let's go over to the next one. On the defensive side of the ball, I know that the Ravens are going to have a pretty solid defensive line between Broderick Washington, Travis Jones, Justin Matabike, Brent Urban. The list goes on. But one guy I think that needs to come back around is Angelo Blackson. I think this is one of those to be continued. This is another guy who could provide that depth in case of injury, and he knows that he's very aware of playing in this defense before, so let's keep the continuity there. Another guy, Malik Ham, linebacker. Like I said, we're pretty solid there. Really, I'd go ahead and say him and Jeremiah Moon. Like I said, just more of those reserves being called up should there be an issue. They're very familiar with it. It's all about that continuity. Are they going to flash and get hot? I don't know. But they haven't shown enough to actually make the team, but they have shown a decent amount of pass rushing ability to be able to bring them right back over to the practice squad. And who knows, we might sign somebody else from another team to our practice squad. I'm not sure, but I think these guys, I think they'd be a shoe-in. Christian Welch is another guy. He's a hard worker. He'll be a good plug and play. Like I said, pass coverage, not so great, but he is a thumper in the against the run. Arthur Mallett, as far as corners, not very excited about Arthur Mallett, but if we're talking about all the corners we got on our team, we could not keep. I don't think we're keeping 8. I think the Athletic said we're keeping 8 different cornerbacks. I don't see 8, and that's why I think Arthur Mallett is on the outside looking in the situation. He's not terrible. It's just, nobody was really great when they were playing against some of these preseason games. Caillou Blue is another one. I felt like Caillou, even though he was drafted, I feel like Caillou's not making this team. And y'all probably like, well, who's actually making the team then? Well, I feel like it's going to. Of course, you got your starters. Let me just go ahead and pull my roster up here. List up. All right, so I think this is from last week. So let's go ahead and pull this thing up. So I got Marlo, I got Jalen Armour Davis, I got Rocky Sin, and I'm going to go ahead and give it. Actually, I'm putting Demarion Williams. Pepe is going on the practice squad as well, because I think it's just going to be 6 corners, and I honestly think Darius Washington and Kevon Seymour, they played well enough to make this team. So I think those 2 slots go to them. So your squad is Marlon Humphrey, Rocky Sin, Darius Washington, Jalen Armour Davis, Kevon Seymour, and I believe there was one other I am missing. It's not Mullet. Probably Trayvon Mullen. Unless he got put on IR. But like I said, I just don't think that Caillou is going to make the squad. He's probably going to get on practice squad, be developmental for the year, and see if he can come back out a little stronger. I think he had a good play that could have ended up winning the game for us against the Commanders, but overall, he was kind of getting smoked down the field. But I mean, there were some really quality wide receivers out there. I mean, we got Dotson, and had Samuel, all those different guys. You're thinking like, all right, this is top tier competition. You wanted them to rise to the occasion, and he rose at a critical moment in the game, but he was getting worked for the majority of it. So, hopefully Caillou can come back and make it that practice squad and learn a few things from these top tier guys when they get back to being healthy and come back in. All right. So what you said? You got the protein pasta. Okay.
I don't play around.
Okay. And
I don't play.
here we are. We got Stevens. You said where's Stevens? Stevens he's a safety right now. So we're thinking. He made the team. I had him making the team. What do you think? What do you think? Brandon Stevens makes the team.
Who, Stevens?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Stevens make the team. We had this discussion, sir.
Yeah. I think we're on the same page. As I feel like
discussion, sir.
yeah. So
Yeah.
as far as let's see.
I think I know you said something about Caillou. I think he makes the team.
You think Caillou makes it?
He's just too high of a draft pick for you to let him go. Unless you're gonna trade him and then you see how that
I don't think he's getting traded. I think
remember they
like, there's a lot of guys who have, it's just so many corners that they sign. And like I said, even the Athletic, they got it to where they have signed, or they got the Ravens playing or signing 8 different corners.
Who?
The Ravens, it's Jeff Reevick. He's got the Ravens taking or keeping 8 corners this year.
I could see it happening.
Because he's saying Marlowe, Rocky Sin, Ronald Darby, I think that was the one I was missing, Ardarius Washington, Jalen Armour Davis, Pepe, Seymour, Caillou Kelly. I mean, you're going to keep 8 and you're going to sacrifice a whole nother position?
You keep Pepe on, and then he goes to the pup list. He's not playing until October.
Okay. So that's what I was thinking. That, it's like
really
Pepe's on the outside looking in right now because he's on the pup list. So I was thinking, okay, if you send, huh?
He got to make the roster. He got to be on the roster first.
Yeah. Okay. So they got, it's a temporary move. So they transfer him off, and then that opens up the slot to put him on the pup.
Yeah. So that's what he mean by it'll be 8. It'll be 7 that'll really be active. He'll be on the pup list.
Yeah. But I mean, why keep 7? Why keep 7? To be honest, like, if Marlowe is healthy, if Ardarius is the true slot that they think he's going to be, Kevon is a backup slot, and then you got Rocky Sin and Ronald Darby, and then Jalen Armour Davis. Like, what do you need Caillou for? I feel like it's kind of a waste of slot, and then that's somebody else's slot.
You got too many injuries. Every year we have injuries at corner. You're not going. We only have 5 picks this year. You're going.
You got a big Stevens fan here, Cedric Haskins, man. Hey, welcome to the show, man. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and smack the bell. Stevens is that dude? That's a pretty high statement right there. I don't know. You got to justify that. He's had some games. He's been serviceable, but I ain't gonna say he that dude. I can't do it. I think he is a multi-talented individual to where he's jack of all trades, master of none, and that's kind of what's going to save his butt, is because they can plug and play him in different spots. And he's serviceable, but he is not phenomenal all-world type talent to where he is him. No. And Burke said no. Did not. All right. So, I mean, like I said, we got our opinions or whatever. So, I'm going to respect yours, and, maybe you see something we don't see, and hopefully you're right. I'd love to be wrong about that. Next is, I said Arthur Mallet, practice squad, Darryl Worley, practice squad. The reason I'm going through this a little fast because I want to get to these 5 players that could be a nuisance for us in week 1. Then, of course, like I said, we talked about Pepe. Pepe moves over to the IR or whatever, to the pup list. And then October, there's a decision to make. And then, like I said, Caillou Blue, Kelly, we've already mentioned that one. Josh Ross, I think he makes it to the practice squad and comes back. These are these three linebackers are just they're hard workers, but they don't really get recognized or noticed as much when you're playing in that position. Let's move forward to the Texans, unless you have any final comments on that.
Texans?
Yeah, our final comments on the practice squad before we move into the Texas piece.
No, I didn't hear what you had at linebacker. I was busy cooking. My bad. But
Oh yeah. So as far as all linebackers, middle and outside, I got Malik Ham, Jeremiah Moon, Christian Welch, and then Josh Ross.
on the
Huh?
practice squad?
Yeah, Welch on the practice squad.
Yep.
I think he's familiar with that position, and
Yeah.
I think.
I think
What's up?
the Giants. I think he'll try to go to the Giants. I don't know if they stay.
Hey, there's a heart on the screen. I don't know what's up with that one. That's pretty cool.
See what? He's a heart?
Yeah, you know how you got your list of viewers, and then all of a sudden, right next to it, it's got a heart.
Yeah, I ain't see it.
Yeah, it's different. So anywho, I appreciate the love.
Yep. Yeah.
So Chris White says him balling out for the Raiders. Who balling out for the Raiders?
Oh,
I think he's talking about Peters.
Peters?
Yeah.
Happy for him.
Yeah, like I said, good, good on him. Like, I'm glad he's going to. I'm hoping he uses this opportunity to turn it into something like, hey, I'm back. I am that dude. Y'all better quit playing with me, or whatever. And I love his passion. I really did. I just, like I said, I have my opinions about his legs, but it's whatever. Moving forward, let's go into the Texans. 5 players who could be a full-on headache week 1 versus the Texans. So number 5. Actually, should I? No, I'm gonna go with number 5. We're gonna say Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes. He had a resurgence in 2022. This dude had 9 sacks. I mean, he was causing a lot of trouble last week. Like he didn't get the sack, but he had a lot of pressures this past weekend against the Saints. You just continue to see him in the backfield making his way through. It was impressive watching him against the Saints. Like I said, 9 sacks in 2022. This guy is going to he's going to help that defense a lot. And if there's any mistakes by our team on offense, he's going to capitalize on them. The next one, number 4, I'm just going to say it's the quarterback, CJ Stroud. The problem about young quarterbacks when it comes to opposing teams is if they screw up, if they can't see it, they run it. They are going to run. And while the Ravens are conditioned to deal with a mobile type quarterback, sometimes it don't look as good when we get into a taste of our own medicine. And I think he's one of those guys. If he don't see it, he gone. He is gone. But another guy that could be part of that problem because when you got those easy type weapons on the field, who you just launch it and you basically playing backyard ball. The native Texan, Tank Dell. Tank Dell could be a major problem for the Baltimore Ravens. Why? Because we've been discussing like who's going to be their number 2. We have questions about who is going to be our legit number 2 corner. That number 2 corner could be facing off against one of the faster guys in the league. Yeah, his tape said he only ran a 4.49, but I think he plays faster than that. Tank Dell is a full-on burner. This dude had 32 touchdowns in college, 3,155 yards. He could be a major problem for the Ravens, especially even in the return game. I don't know if you saw his start-stop ability on that kickoff return where he was going one direction and full-on stopped on the drop of a dime and then was able to completely turn back up and get, I think he got, was it 20, was it 27? No, he got more yards than that. I think he went up to, I'll just say 27 right now. I think it was 27 yards on that return. Like he could be a big problem at punt return and just sick with it. But yeah, just good stop and go, good change of direction, just fast. And, that's just going to be one of the big problems there. What are we at? Number 2? Because I believe we said number 5. What did I say for number 5? I said Jerry Hughes. Number 4, CJ Stroud. Number 3, Tank Dell. Number 2, Damian Pierce. So, what do you think about Pierce?
He's nice. He's always been nice. He's nice in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, he almost had 1,000 yards last year. I think he had 939 yards. He had 4 touchdowns, but every time you see him touch the ball, it was different. It was like, wow, Houston's been missing a running back for a while. Like, you really hadn't seen like a hot running back in Houston since Arian Foster. And then Pierce comes along, and he looks phenomenal. Like, shifty back, has great vision. He's able to turn it up to the next gear once he hits the second level, slow through the pocket, and then burst through that jump. Once he sees that hole, he gone. So that is one of those things like they're going to lean on heavily is the run game when it comes to rookie quarterbacks. Run game, play action, deep bombs. Pierce could see a heavy workload with Baltimore.
Who?
Pierce, he's going to see a heavy workload as a Texan against Baltimore.
He's gonna try.
Huh?
He gonna
Oh yeah, he's gonna try. I mean, don't get me wrong. That our D line looks like beast. It's gonna be nice to see. But if our outside linebackers are running the arc without awareness, that could end up being a major problem. So hopefully they're looking out for this piece. And the number one problem that's could be a headache. And don't get me wrong, like we got a lot of wide receivers. We good. I think we're gonna be fine. But Derek Stingley. Y'all forget Derek Stingley is over there. This is one of those guys who was compared. He was comparable to Sauce. Sauce was better man coverage, but Stingley is just one of those guys who's got great awareness, great instincts, great back pedal, great footwork. And he's LSU guy. I'm just saying, but it's it's not. I'm not crazy. I know, you know how it is. You got LSU. You got some dogs, but no, like I said, he only allowed during the preseason 1 target allowed, 0 catches allowed. I know this is a preseason, but still, like, ain't nobody even willing to look to your side because you that guy. That's something. That is absolutely phenomenal. All right, so he had 1 pick last year, and he only played 9 games in 2022. But like I said, just great awareness, great line of scrimmage, movement, just great backpedaling. His route recognition. This guy is great. I would love to have this guy as a Raven. Like if they traded some picks and some nice capital to bring Stingley over to Baltimore. Oh yeah, you talk about 2 nice corners we have then. All right, let's pay some bills. So Chris says I'ma say the water boy is is an issue. It's one of the 5 problems. Look, if they take out the hydration, we might have a problem, man. Just saying. If they get them that high quality H2O because they got an excellent water boy, then yeah, that could be a problem. Chris also says the number 4 issue is the Peloton bike in Houston. If those guys are getting it in, following those videos daily, this could be an issue. If Baltimore had the previous trainer we had, yes, that would be a significant problem if we were dealing with the previous trainer. But I think we have a good trainer now, Chris. I think we're solid. He doubled down and said the Peloton bike twice, so I feel like it's going to be that's number 4 and number 3 for Houston in his mind. But he's also saying the Clowney is going to go off.
Agreed.
Okay, you think there's some passion in there behind him going to or playing against his old team, right?
Why not? Well, and then everybody's been doubting him anyway, so
yeah,
why not? This is I mean, I think he might lead the team in sacks this year. To be honest with you, I got a feeling.
I'm on a Jabo. I think he got something to prove, man. A lot of people ain't believing in this guy. Last year, he had that little bit of injury with the shoulders. He said he's going to have the most powerful legs in the league. Didn't start to catch on until at the end of the season, huh?
Owe?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said Ojabo.
Sorry, yeah, Owe. Sorry, yeah.
I would like for it to be Owe, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying he's not going to have a good season. I think Owe's going to have a great season. I just got a feeling like he because he may lead the team, especially the fact that he don't have to play every down. Yep. The big difference. So you get that, you get a rotation. It's a different type of rotation, not like Wink, but you get a rotation where you get a couple of plays in and then you out, like so your legs aren't dead.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
Disruptive, So.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Chris White says Jabo don't look like he's in shape.
No, he in shape. You got to remember, this is his rookie year, more or less. Still trying to get his legs under him, man.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, in a regular season game, or excuse me, in the playoffs, he's his first rush out there, he's getting a sack and a strip sack fumble, whatever. So, in preseason, whatever, he's still trying to get his ground underneath him, learning those different techniques. I think, the Ravens right now, they didn't have as much faith, so that's why they brought in Clowney. I think he's going to get those reps. He's going to learn from Clowney, and I think he has an opportunity to show up a little bit in the season. And like I said, those reps are going to be managed because Clowney's going to get a good portion of those. But I think with Owe on the other side, I'm excited. I'm excited with Owe and Clowney. Oh yeah, meeting at the center. Oh yeah,
You got to get it. He has to. It's a lot. Like Coach McDonald said, he said, like, y'all got to remember, this is really his rookie year. He didn't really play at all, but those 2 games, the Cincinnati game, and then he played in the playoffs. He didn't do much in the playoffs, but the point being is that he still had to learn. Like, he learned to play in space. He didn't really do that. And Michigan was just going straight forward. And then I don't think he used any of his rush moves. I don't think any of them used any of their rush moves during the game.
okay.
I think they kept it pretty basic. To be honest with you, I didn't see even Travis Jones. I didn't see him like use anything to get to the quarterback. I think they kept it pretty basic just so they can work on the basic techniques that they needed to work on.
Yeah,
They did anything like when they even with him, like I saw him do. He did different things when they played in the preseason game. It seemed like he kept it a little bit more basic. He didn't do no spin move. I'd seen nobody doing any spin moves as many times they practiced it. I didn't see any spin moves. I didn't see none of that. But when they were doing 1-on-1s, I watched a live. And he was killing them. OA was killing him. Ajabo was killing. He was killing them when they had the joint practice. So again, just like temper your expectations. I'm not looking for David Ajabo to go off like a lot of people may be looking for him to go off. I'm looking for him just to have a good, productive season and learn what he got to learn. I'm not
yeah.
looking. I don't want to rely on a rookie to just come in there and you know, even though it's a 2nd-year player, I don't want to rely on him to come in there and handle business.
And be that dude. Yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of faith before Clowney was brought in. I thought for sure that he would show up. Actually, before the preseason started, I was like, "Hey, Jabo, Owe, I'm excited."
Yeah.
But it just didn't turn out the way that I was expecting. But I ain't saying the door's closed on Ojabo having a great performance. So,
No, I'm still excited. I just think that people they expect them to go in there and be like gangbusters. Like,
yeah, I thought. I mean, I'll be honest. I was one of the ones. I'm like, he gonna be amazing. He gonna come in like gangbusters.
that's the thing. Like, I got to remember, technically, he's only played 6 years of football.
hmm
Same thing with Owe. Owe played what? This is his 7th year of football.
Yeah.
You can't do but so much. I mean, for a Jabo, it's really like more like his what? Really? Yeah, more. He played 2 years in high school. I forgot. So let me dial it back. This would be like his 7th, 8th year, right? He really didn't play his rookie year, so this is really his rookie year. You know what I mean? So I just know that as long as I didn't see anything, they didn't try to show anything to me. As
Yeah.
far everybody kept it really pretty vanilla, even with the plays. You know what I'm saying? You blitz every now and then, like showing the blitzes every now and then, but they were all basic.
Yeah, I think McDonald's got something ready for him. When it comes to week one.
Nothing like crazy going on. It was just like basic stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, even on his rushes, I was looking at a rush. He ain't trying to really get off. He was trying to bull rush to do every time.
Yeah, maybe he's slow playing it though to the season. All right,
Uh,
speaking of the season, let's call your shot. What 3 things are you projecting to happen in week one for the Ravens?
hmm. Um, historically, when we play at home, first game of the season, we blow the team out.
Okay, you expecting a blowout?
I'm expecting a blowout.
All right.
That's what we've done in the past. We
All
did
right,
it.
first thing is a blowout. So I'm gonna put that there.
Majority of the teams that we played in week one at home, we blown them out the water. So I can't think anybody that we didn't play thus far right now. I can't think anybody that we played at home first week of the season.
Okay, it's calling this shot. He
Just
is
we had a
blowout. All
so
right, number two.
Number two.
What would be the number two thing you think is going to happen for the Ravens versus the Texans?
Um, Lamar gonna give me 50 points in fantasy.
Ooh, 50 points. Yes, sir. 50 points fantasy from Lamar. All right, cool.
Fantasy.
I like that. I like it. We're gonna write this down. We're gonna revisit this next week too. Okay, number three.
Um, hmm. I think this would be a perfect time for the defense to start their reign. If they can be as good as I think they're gonna be. I know Marlon may not play the first week, but you got two serviceable corners out there that can, they may not be playmakers, but we got two safeties that are playmakers. I think we got the best we got the best tandem, a young tandem with those two in the back end. I think that could be something.
All right, so we're saying what was the third one? You corners or excuse me, secondary balls out or
no? I want to say defense balls out. I think this would be like we've been hearing about how they've been doing in practice and everything, and then obviously in the games you really haven't seen any of the starters play. I don't think any of the starters played during our preseason, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think anybody like Travis Jones is not starting this year. David Ajabo's not starting this year. Even if he does, he needed to get those reps in because he didn't play preseason last year.
okay.
Don't know who's really starting at corner, but I don't think you haven't seen anything, so we don't know. We know what we heard. What they did to Washington during the group practice, and we know what we heard during the whole training camp. How the offense is talking about how how good the defense is, giving all types of looks. Now we get an opportunity to see it, especially with a new team. You got a new coordinator, new head coach, new quarterback. Like I really expect us to give them all types of problems.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't want to see nothing. I don't want them to have but 3 points, if that.
Jared is with you. He says he expects a lot. He expects a blowout too.
I like Easter. I don't know about y'all, but I love Easter.
All right, Cedric is hoping for a four plus TDs. Some of us want a Jackson 5. We do want a Jackson 5.
We do a Jackson 5. That'll give me 50 points. Give me 4 TDs. I think that'll give me about 50 points if he runs about for like 50 yards. Is what?
I'm thinking. Oh man, there's a few of these I want. There's 4 of them I want to say, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this person out there as honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
J.K. Dobbins comes out pissed off and shows up big. Houston, their defense, and I think it was the starting defense out there against the Saints. Mm-hmm. They got slashed pretty good.
Yeah,
but I mean, it is preseason, but
yeah, and it was the starting D.
Yeah, I think it was the starting D. So they're expecting a blowout here. Chris says Jonathan Taylor, week 1 starter running back for who? You had JK knocking on your door, right?
Yeah.
Gerald there.
I'm looking for Chris White.
I know Chris White. Yeah, where Chris at, man?
You know who? Because I'm looking for him.
Yes. All right. So I think, as far as my shot goes, of course, we mentioned honorable mention. J.K. Dobbins goes off, whatever. But I think that's not my 3. My 3 is number 1, Matabike. 2 sacks. That's my bold prediction. Call him my shot. Madubuike gets 2 sacks. He's been, I think he's going to corrupt the pocket, but I also think with strong, going on the run, I think Madubuike will be that dude who stops a little bit of that and causes more havoc. And then I think for number 2, y'all gonna think I'm weird on this one, but I think it's been happening all off season. I think the chemistry is there, and I think Lamar, he really likes this guy. I think Nelson Aguilar, Nelly,
Not about it.
he scores first.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Take it to the house. I don't care who go first. I don't care. I want him to take it to the house. Take it home run.
I think Adidas. Okay, welcome Adidas. He says Nelson Aguilar, Devin, and Mark each catch a touchdown pass. Okay, so I think Nelson Aguilar and Mark catch one, Devin possibly as well, but I think Nelson scores first. And then the final one is wait a minute. Chris says he said JK will be okay. All right, now he gonna call you.
I think Odell. I think Zay. I think all the receivers, all the new receivers, score in this game. That would be.
Ooh, that's a bold one.
I can see that happening. I can see it happening.
And then I think for my third one, it's a little weird here. It's off base. It's not stellar power, but I think because of the way the defensive front seven is going to get so much pressure, it's going to cause some issues with the quarterback trying to go to the slot. And as the slot guy there who just got the starting job, Darius Washington.
Take one to the house.
Yeah, I think he's going to get a pick. I don't know about a pick 6, but I think he will get the first pick.
Hold that thought. Now that you say that, I don't know if y'all remember when we first got a Darius, he got paid the most to stay on the practice squad his rookie year, so they could develop him.
Mm-hmm.
I think they might do that again. I think they do it every year, but I think they might do that again to keep Mitchell. I think they could do it. Like you give him a high advance, to keep him on the squad, and he'll stay on the squad. That's the same thing they did with Adarius because they didn't know what they wanted to do with him. They didn't know, he got paid the highest to be there. So I knew I knew he was going to stay. You know what I mean? I think Adarius, I don't think they gave out. It's a big possibility that Mitchell got rewarded something, but I don't think he got the bonus. I think he may have got the bonus. Like they probably said, listen, we're gonna keep you here. If they don't go with 4 running backs, but you only because he only had a stinger, bro. He didn't play the last game of the preseason. I think he's shown enough how dynamic he is to make the team.
Oh yeah.
But because you have 3 backs that are already signed, and you just paid another one, I'm talking about Gordon. I don't know if Gordon's gonna be on the team.
No, I think Gordon gone.
But you paid another one to be there. Now it's gonna be up to if he stay, I guess it's up to $3 million, however that goes, whatever the money is.
I imagine if they go out there, if they trying to do 4 wide receiver sets, I think Justice Hill gonna be out there, in them 4 wide receiver sets because of what he can do in the pass game. But I think Key Mitchell has a role carved out in this team, no doubt.
I mean, I think I don't think it's carved out as of yet. I think it could happen as later on down the line because he is a rookie. I don't think that.
I think they split the reps. I think between him and Justice Hill, if it's a 3rd down formation.
That's what I'm saying. Like you keep one in the stash, they do the same thing. Except I think Mitchell has way better vision than Justice Hill does, in my opinion. How you see the field.
No, you're right. Because he reminded me of the dude on the Mighty Ducks who just got all speed, can't hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a question. Let's see. Adi says, how many plays does Tylen get in offensively? 10? I mean, you look at the snap counts for the games. Our wide receivers, I think even last year, they were at least getting 27% or higher of the snaps, whatever, some of the backups. So I think Tylen's going to get a great deal of work because, I mean, you want your top guys in, no doubt. But at the same time, you're going to switch in guys based on what the matchups look like, what you can do. If you're looking for an outside type play, I think that's going to be Tylen. I think when it comes to inside, yeah, they're gonna be looking for Zay, but if he's looking for blows, of course, that's it could be one of a few people because we have guys with inside and outside ability.
Yeah, you got to play. You got to be able to play in this offense. You got to be able to play outside and inside. So they you see them switching Tylo around. You see them do the same thing with Zay. But your three receivers are gonna. Is Nelson going to play special teams? I don't see Nelson doing any special teams. You got
No,
three.
I don't see Nelson on special teams at all now.
So who's listed as 1, 2, 3? Like I'm assuming Zay is listed as the third receiver for right now.
Yep. So
Rashad
you got Rashad, then of course Odell, and then behind Odell in the slot is showing Zay.
and then it's Nelson Aguilar, and you got Devin Duvernay.
Mhm.
The problem, again, Devin and Nelson pretty much do the same thing as far as kick, special team wise. They both kick returns.
Wide receiver wise, they're a little different.
No, I'm not talking about wide receiver wise.
Yeah.
As far as special teams, as far as wide receiver wise, I don't see Devin really playing on the outside, even though he can. I see him. I see him more of a true slot.
I'll tell you what I don't want to see right now this year. I don't want to see another daggone reverse for Devin Duvernay. They just need to just let this man be him and be a regular receiver.
I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, if it comes up, it'll be something, it'll be a lot more interesting than the normal that we used to seeing, or for RPO. Thank you, Brooke.
Oh yeah, she hit it. She hit it. All right, cool. Well, Brooke, because I love you. Yeah, I gotta do this. Any parting shots, man?
I just want to be able to get the thing out of my face. So I can see. Yeah, but I think that we'll see where it goes. I think Kitten Mitchell, either he makes the team or they pay him enough that he'll stay on the practice squad. That you can keep him stashed, like some type of wink deal. Look, we'll give you a little bit higher advance to keep you on. That's what they did with a Darius, and then he got moved.
She gonna quit.
He got moved to he got moved to the 53, and then he got injured. You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
it's possible, man. Anything possible because you don't know what may happen. Anybody can.
And Monday, I mean, so that Sunday is going to be. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be the unknowns are going to be known by then. I'm so excited to finally get the season back. I told people at church, I was like, look, I'm a good Christian all year long. Well, at least from February all the way up until August. Or September. Once September hit. I mean, no. I mean, I'll be there, but church. I'll be like my stepfather. During the off season, he's just like very long winded on the sermon, and he'd be like, the doors of the church is open, whatever. He might go a good hour preaching. During football season, though, he might read about 1 or 2 scriptures, whatever, and say a little something. He'd be like, doors of the church is open.
Yeah,
short.
Time to go.
Because the next thing you know, you see him get in the car, you see his license plate, it's the Dallas Cowboy or everything. Now I'll be like real short, like, hey, Bishop, it's that time, bro. I'll be hitting the Brookie baby clock. Like, I'm having no extra meeting up in here. All right, so we have got the clock up there. We got the ride. I think we have had a pretty good show tonight. I've enjoyed myself. I don't know about you.
Yes, sir.
Y'all continue as always, y'all knock us off the couch, man.
Hold up. Brooke said if Pro makes the team, she gonna get his jersey. Okay, that's it.
Oh, okay. Wait, where is that? Okay.
Yeah.
If Pro makes the team, I'm gonna get a jersey. We're gonna hold you to it. We're gonna screen. I'm finna screenshot this right now. We finna go ahead and screenshot this.
You better screenshot that.
Absolutely. I'm finna do it right now. Screenshot save.
We'll find out Wednesday, player.
Yep, we're gonna find out. This dude make the team. Look, Brick.
For that
I'm
jersey.
talking about you better get the 10. Be ready. He might change the number again, but you gonna get that.
And we need a picture.
Yeah, we need a picture for sure.
Prove. You got our Instagram. You got both.
Like, can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
All right.
gonna buy the jersey too, Chris, if you make the team?
Who brought it? Somebody else that they better buy?
Chris said that's an easy bet. You gonna buy the jersey too? I need to see what's gonna happen.
Oh man, yeah, okay. And he said we sacked CJ 3 more time. Man, we better get up out of here, man. We're gonna keep going. Hey, we appreciate y'all tuning into the home of Original Sports Perspective. This is your host, your couch rider Raven, Kam Ru. You know, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. 2 claps, fade to black.
Salute.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat.